Hello and welcome to another edition of Kogi in Focus, your weekly review of happenings in and around Kogi, Nigeria's confluent state. I am Oluwatosin Osuji. On this week's edition, the drama surrounding Kogi West Senator Dino Melaye continues in court. The federal government commends Kogi State government for its collaboration in project development across the state. And when we hit the streets, we'll be hearing from the people what they think about nurses as World Nurses Day is celebrated across the globe. All these and more when we return. Don't go away. Welcome back. We begin with the ongoing nationwide recruitment into the Nigerian police. Deputy Inspector General of Police Shaibu Lawal Gambo has described exercise in the Kogi State capital, Lokoja, as encouraging, but however expressed concern over the time frame slated to complete the exercise. He said he will intervene, if necessary, to create a more realistic window to ensure the exercise is a success.
The problem they may have here is time constraints. They are supposed to do this within 1 week. They have over 5,000 candidates to screen. And the screening is very, very tedious. We made it that way so that we have the best. They are going through about 4 or 5 stages of screening. And I don't think the time given is going to be enough for them. However, we'll see how it works out. But if there is need, we will advise the IG that time should be given to them to extend.
Gambo, who is on an on-the-spot assessment of the exercise in north-central Nigeria, said no irregularities will be condoned.
Stages you have to go through, nobody can guarantee you that you'll pass unless you are good. You are going to pass so many stages. You have medical, you have the Police Service Commission people, you have the ISAT people, you have the certificate people. So if you give money to somebody, you are wasting your money. And the candidates, if we find out that you gave money to somebody, you are going to be disqualified immediately. So please, members of the public should not give money to anybody. Nothing is required from you. Everything is provided here, and you will be tested here. Your credentials will be reviewed. If you are good on your own merit, you will be taken. So please don't give money to anybody. And the policemen that are on duty have also been warned. If we get any police officer that is alleged to collect anything, believe me, we are dismissing him instantly.
He urged officers in charge of selection and screening to use all facilities available to deliver on the mandate given to them to select the best candidates. Gambo said over 5,000 candidates have presently ongoing training for selection, but only 1,500 of them will be qualified for the next round of training and screening. Kogi State government has commended the federal government for its road infrastructure development efforts across the state and the country as a whole. The state deputy governor, Simon Achuba, gave the commendation during the visit of the Minister of State for Power, Works and Housing, Suleiman Hassan Zarma, to Government House Lokoja.
The Minister of State, Power, Works and Housing, Suleiman Hassan Zarma, said he led the visiting team to inspect federal housing and road construction projects across the state. He thanked the state government for the support and cooperation given to them during the inspection.
It is the promise of the President to deliver massive infrastructure, and we have invested in massive infrastructure. This government has committed over 3 trillion naira in infrastructure, and more will come in subsequent budgets so that we can deliver on our roads, we can deliver on power, we can deliver on housing massively.
Kogi State Deputy Governor Simon Achuba expressed delight at the ministerial visit and called on the federal government to focus on roads in the eastern part of the state not captured in the first phase of its construction plans.
Many of the roads already given out under contract. A few are still out, and that is the appeal I made to him, that I should take a look at some of the roads that has not been awarded yet, so that they can be awarded for the benefit of Kogites.
The minister said the federal government will intensify efforts to capture all the roads in the next phase of its construction schedule.
We're having good collaboration with Kogi State government because they are constantly supervising also on our behalf to see what is required by the contractor to be able to deliver on the projects. That we are very, very pleased. We are obeying the law of simple steps. We'll start and then we'll progress.
On constructed roads found to be in disrepair, the minister blamed the situation on ignorant road users and motorists who choose not to obey warning signs and instructions.
Once a contractor has not handed over the road to his client, if anything happens on that road, accident, God forbid, he's not liable because the conditions are not driver worthy, so to speak. So we take risks to go on roads that are not completed, and so while we damage the road that is being constructed, we also stand the risk of getting accidents.
He also used the opportunity to dismiss rumors making the rounds on social media condemned that Kogi State road contractors have been suspended.
What we have is a contractor who has abandoned site, not because he has not been paid, not because he has any issue with us, but because he has issue with his own staff. He has not been able to pay them, and I don't think that is supposed to affect the government. Suspension, I don't think is true. What we said is that we are going to look what are the contractual terms before we act.
Deputy Governor Simon Achuba intimated the minister on the state government's new direction blueprint. The secretary to the state government, Ajuade Folashade, Commissioner of Works and Urban Development, Abubakar Sadiq, and other top government officials joined the deputy governor to welcome the visiting federal government team. Projects inspected include the 76-unit federal housing estate in Lokoja, the Abaji to Lokoja, Lokoja to Okene, and Okene bypass roads.
A High Court sitting in Lokoja has adjourned to Wednesday, 16th of May, for ruling on the bail application for embattled Senator Dino Melai, representing Kogi West Senatorial District. The Chief Judge of the state, Justice Nasiru Ajana, adjourned following a prolonged argument between Melai's counsel, Mike Ozikome, and the prosecuting counsel, led by Alex Izinyon. Senator Melai, who is receiving treatment at the National Hospital, Abuja, under the watchful eyes of police, is standing trial for criminal conspiracy and illegal possession of firearms. Both counsels filed affidavits and counter-affidavits on the two consolidated applications for bail and order to remand Dino in prison custody or at the National Hospital where he is receiving treatment. In his plea for bail, Mike Ozikome set aside Senator Melai's health condition, which calls for him to seek proper health care. He is also standing trial in other courts on charges brought against him by the prosecution. Ozikome tendered medical reports from the National Hospital to support his application that Senator Melai is asthmatic, has a cervical spinal injury, bruises to the leg, and a degenerating disease. He said on grounds of personal recognition, the embattled senator deserves bail. But prosecution counsel Alex Izion, in his counter motion, said proven antecedents since April last year when the senator failed to honor the police invitation and his attempts to jump through the window of police Hilux vehicle are reasons the prosecution objects the bail application. In a bid to forestall a reoccurrence of the clash between the thieves and Fulani headsmen 2 Saturdays ago, security and peace meeting was convened to address the contentious issue. The meeting, held at the Palace of the Elulu of Mopa, had in attendance the Mopa Traditional Council members, including the Elulu, His Royal Highness Oba Julius Joledo, representatives of the landowners and representatives of the thieves and the Fulanese, the Secretary to Local Government, Segun Arogbonlo, the commandant of the JTF in Mopa, Captain A.G. Musa, other heads of security agencies were also among those in attendance. The landowners made it clear that they did not give the land to either the thieves or the Fulanis, adding that permission was only granted to the thieves for farming purposes. They called on the security agencies to protect the lives and property of the people against intruders. Captain Musa pledged the JTF's commitment to providing security in the area, adding that the army will work with other agencies to see that perpetrators of the violence are brought to justice. He donated 10,000 naira to the affected persons. Honorable Shegun Aragbonlo called on residents of the area, irrespective of tribe and tongue, to continue living in peace. He donated the sum of 20,000 naira to the victims on behalf of the council. The council has been responsible for the hospital bills and daily needs of displaced victims. Top government officials and philanthropists have also donated cash and relief items. The Judicial Panel of Inquiry, set up by the Kogi State government to investigate attacks on communities across the state, has started work with a promise to bring persons found culpable to justice. Chairman of the commission, Justice Josiah Majebi, made the promise when he led other members for an on-the-spot assessment of affected communities.
Identify those people or persons that are responsible for the mayhem. Also to assess the damages to lives and properties, and also to advance to them necessary recommendation that will forestall peace. And for us to do a very thorough job, the Commission decided to visit the scenes of the incidents.
Traditional rulers, community elders, and the Omala local government administrator were among those who gave the state government thumbs up for its commitment to bringing the spate of violence to an end and to bring succor and hope to the people from affected communities.
By their coming here to practicalize, to find out what happened to these people, that their houses were destroyed, is a sign of careness to his people. And they are coming here again because this place has been deserted since the episode. But the coming of the commission had made the people of this area happy to come back, to live and continue with their domestic business.
That he doesn't even know that you people are coming behind. That is why he is greeting you. What happened here that you are seeing, it is Fulani that came to destroy. They are the people that did it. We continue to pursue them. Who I go? But we cannot do anything. Who I go? Now, we don't have food, cassava to eat. We don't have yam. We don't have millet. And we are a born of farmer. We farm very well. And we eat. We sell. We make use. But we have nothing by now.
I sincerely want to appreciate the effort of His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Kogi State, Alhaji Aduzabelo, for his magnanimity and his usual cooperation. You see, what we are witnessing today, we have been having Fulani attacks in Omala local government, but no government has ever visited the scene. This is the first time that we are witnessing the visiting of the scene of the herdsmen's attack. So we sincerely appreciate his efforts.
Well, normally we are supposed to take all these stuff to hospital for medical. But because they were butchered, some decomposing, there's no way we can take them. How many of them? 10. Some of them, they are 12 altogether. But some relatives came that first day, were able to take some of them, 2 of them away. Okay. So the remaining 10 that were decomposing have no choice but to bury them. This is one of them.
There are 12.
12.
Yes, sir.
With their names there, you have their names there.
Yeah, I have
Okay.
Governor Abelo is not somebody like that. Everybody is belong to Kogi State. So as far as you are from Kogi State, he have concern about you. When the incident happened, when he had it, he sent person down there, even him himself.
Oganinigu, Ojuwo, Omala, Bassa, and Dekna are among the communities visited by the panel. Market women in Kogi State have called on the state government to improve on the condition and facilities at markets across the state. At the Ogaminana Adavi market, a trader complained about the poor state of the market and the underutilization of market women and their potentials.
I invite to the communities. The problem we have, we were sending to communities, people are deliver it, they are not sharing it. Grassroots. The youth is very cooperative. But the problem we have, if you check the whole market, if you can count 1,000 people, you see women, maximum, you can say 600. When you talk of, if you go back to the politics, the time of election, if we be online, you can see a woman more than 100 before you can see a man 20. Now they are sharing government property. It's the woman that is suffering will not consider her. Especially in this our market. We are begging to His Excellency that you should come down and look at market women. They are suffering.
The need for government to sensitize traders to sell their wares in stipulated areas, in addition to attending to other pressing needs, were also stressed.
We haven't enjoyed as such, but what we cannot rule out is the security of the state. Our government is number one. Everybody knows. Despite the shortcomings, it's number one. And security is one of the most essential that every human being needs. So the major challenge we have in this market is that the local security. When we're talking of security, there's security at the national level, the state boundary, but you need the locality here. The market has no adequate security. Our women that is struggling for daily survival, most of the time they are sure with the bunker. But we have appealed to the local government to at least to provide us our nice security guys here, but yet no response. Those are part of the major challenge we have. We are also, however, grateful to the government that since all these days we have been trying to have the toilet facility in the market, of which the Traders Association has struggled to put one in structure. This government has taken measures to complete it for us. We thank them. Our breakdown borehole has breakdown for some time now. The government has decided to put on another borehole for us. This is a development, but how will we see it?
We need street lights, as our elders said it. We need it and go.
Okay. But the most difficult thing to control that is human beings. Human beings. As we have earlier said, that this market is a market that we inherit from our ancestors. The market environment is very big and very spacious. But because of the human being in nature, especially our women, they like to go and trade on the roadside, not because to catch the immediate benefit. The market executive have done our best, at least to control the human traffic, because this is the federal road. This road alone leads almost 17 states of the nation. There's no how you can rule it out. So we have put on our best. Sometimes we put the security agents, they will try to control them, but however, because they are our people, we don't want to use any force punishment in them. We are still giving them an orientation. Advice is that the government should come into our aid to come and put a defense wall from the market and the roadside. There's a space in the market that can contain all those people that are on the roadside. It's just a human error. People are always in haste to catch it. That's it.
Government was told to do more for grassroots people to be sure of their support at next year's general elections. It was a pathetic scene in Okene as a trailer knocked down a student on his way to school. He was rushed to the zonal hospital, popularly called General Hospital, but the emergency ward lacked the facilities to treat the youngster. The case has been referred to Federal Medical Center, Lokoja.
Call that there is no capable hands in any setting of a hospital is to manage, and where you believe you need more further management, you decide to refer that patient. That's what we did after giving him the necessary resuscitative measures. This zone serves the whole countries. The south, north, east, west is the center of the country. If you have orthopedic consultants, it's better. When we have the orthopedic consultant, the instrument will be here. We don't have the orthopedic consultant, then what can we do?
The hospital need more staff, need more capable hands. Not only that, need instruments, medical instruments to handle such accident cases like this.
If you're just joining us, this is Kogi in Focus, an in-depth weekly review of happenings and developments in and around Kogi State in the last 7 days. For your contributions and advert placement, don't hesitate to contact us through our phone numbers and social media handles displayed on your screen.
Nigeria's confluent state, the country's melting pot, where almost anything and everything can happen. From the governor to the farmer, from politics to entertainment, from the economy to sports and tourism. We've got you covered on these and a whole lot more on Kogi in Focus. Kogi in Focus, a weekly review of development in and around Kogi State. Stay abreast with what you need to know on Kogi in Focus on your channel of choice, Africa Independent Television. Kogi in Focus, reaching everywhere, informing everybody.
World Nurses Day was celebrated across the globe during the week to spare thought for the men and women who play a key complementary role to the activities of doctors and other health providers. The theme for this year's Nurses Day is Nurses, a Voice to Lead. Health is a human right. On our Views from the Streets this week, we hear from the nurses themselves and other care providers on their work and what needs to be done to ensure it is done properly.
Government has to look onto the nursing salary
paying their money when due, their hazard allowance to motivate them, and provide all necessary recruitment for the nurses to use because of this prevention of this, just like the Lassa fever that came the other time. It was the nurses and the doctors that were first infected. So the government has to look into their well-being.
The issue there comes drawn to the government because currently now there is a brain drain in the sense that some of our nurses here in Nigeria, after they finish their school, they will travel abroad where they will get better pay and they have all the essential services they need to work with. So the government here in Nigeria need to provide all the necessary environment for them, including their pay.
As far back as 1940s, when nurses came to be, actually they have played a very key role in the care of our patients to make sure that you reduce the patient's suffering.
My role as a nurse to the society is a very, very broad and intellectual role. As a nurse to the society, I have so many impacts to impact the society. It's a holistic and a totally care given to every individual, even to the grassroots level. First of all, we care for the patients and even those who are whole and healthy. We care for them physically, we care for them health-wise, we care for them spiritually, we care for them psychologically, we care for them socially and even morally.
They are exposed to many hazards, especially in the ward. Needle prick, injection. There's no proper management for disposal of those waste products, biological, chemicals, all sorts of waste. There are no special or proper way of taking care of those or disinfecting them.
Private hospitals are employing more of our nurses now. Let the government post these nurses to the hospital. When I'm talking of hospital, I'm not talking of Kogi State alone, all over the nation.
Most of the material we have in the world, some of them are obsolete and we need to be upgraded. Then another thing that I'm motivating not to work on is our remuneration. Nurses, we are always with patients, 24 hours. Anytime we go to the ward, we must find a nurse in the hospital, day and night. We are the first point of contact by the patient in the hospital, and we are the last contact when the patient leaves in the hospital.
Well, that's our package for this week. Be sure to make it a date next week, same time, same station, for another edition of Kogi in Focus. And as we always say, please do unto others as you have them do unto you. I am Oluwatosin Usuji. Bye for now.